The best free game in existence just got an update, so let's do something stupid with it. Unfortunately, they nerfed my beloved ducks. Now, they've nerfed my beloved ducks, but they buffed a few other things too, so we're not going to do a duck strategy. What we're going to do for now is just throw down a couple mosquitoes because they're 2 and 2, and then throw down something maybe like a pig in front of them. And the loose streamers are ready to set sail. I was kind of hoping both of these mosquitoes would attack and help me win this first battle. We took out that thing already, so not that the first battle is a big deal, but I'd rather not lose the lives if I can help it. So there's one trophy already, no lives lost. And then I think I'm going to buy an otter because it's going to buff one other friend. Then I'm going to roll once to see what we get. Whoops, I did not mean to press that twice because that was actually a fairly expensive mistake of mine. Because I was going to buy an apple and a creature for here. Now we're basically just going to buy a creature for here, but let's go with an otter then to give someone a buff. Perfect, super mosquito. We're going to put him up the front because his damage and tankiness will hopefully take out half of their team before they can do anything about it. And then I guess we're just going to re-roll for fun at this point. Then hopefully we're able to defeat some of this team. We definitely hurt their horses pretty bad. I'm going to take out their first 2 idiots with my first mosquito. It's going to be a draw ultimately, but I accept the draw. And now we get our beloved tier 2 animals. Oh well, we got a crab. I am enjoying the crab though. I'm starting to realize the value of it. So speaking of which, let's stack some mosquitoes into a 6-6. Then we're going to throw a crab behind that because that's going to become a 3-6. And then while we're at it, let's maybe stack the otters. And then we're going to throw a giraffe behind the crab. And that can just buff the crab for a little while. But we got some pretty strong units, so we should be able to tear through a team like this fairly easily. Their strongest unit is going to be the dog, but I'm going to hit it with my crab. So I think we're going to be just fine there. The dog and crab are going to exchange information, which means it's going to die. Then my otter survived by 1 hit point. But there's our second trophy, no lives lost. And now we've got our first dodo nice and early, so I'm going to go ahead and sell the pig. And I'm going to put the dodo right here. The dodo's going to buff the crab. The giraffe's going to buff the dodo. But we're definitely going to need to start finding some higher end units. Tempting to buy the elephant and the swan. I'm maybe going to freeze the swan for now, but I'm going to try and roll into better stuff like these guys. Because we need to buff you. And then we're going to take another spin, and we're just going to buy a swan then to replace the otter. That's just going to give us a little money every turn, and we like and need money. Also a peacock. So there we go, that got another buff. The crab is still sitting nice and high. And yep, this is going to work out okay. Especially considering they only have a few units. This one's going to spawn sheep. But I think that's going to be okay because we got enough strength throughout our roster to be able to take them all out. We had a swan left over at the end. So that gave us a 3rd trophy and we still haven't lost any lives. And this was a pretty good find. So we're going to sell the swan right away. And this mosquito, as good as it is, I think is going to have to leave us. Well, actually, maybe not quite yet. Let's have the camel down for now. We'll put garlic on it. That way it's going to buff a strong mosquito instead of a weak peacock. We'll figure out how to upgrade the peacock momentarily. I can also boost the dodo now, so that's going to add lots of extra damage. Well, because it's level 2, it now adds 100% of its attack, not double. This is also going to be controversial, but I'm going to save the worm for now also, because I might be able to boost it up super strong. Then we're going to roll, and I'm liking what I'm finding here. We're just going to save all that and roll one more time and end the turn. So this is kind of a well-balanced team. I don't know why we're only fighting 4 guys, but that fish is very strong. Luckily, we're able to boost the mosquito a little bit, so he's going to do some damage, and then the crab is going to finish off the fish. And then we're still in trouble because this is just a pretty strong team overall. Oh, we're actually okay, but not by very much. 4 trophies, no losses yet. This is where things are going to take a big risk, because I'm going to have to get rid of this mosquito, which has been a big help to us. I'm going to replace that with a worm, because I think we can boost the worm up pretty quickly. If we give him garlic to help him survive a little bit, that's going to give him a boost. Then if I drop the salad bowl, hopefully the worm gets some. That's going to give him an extra boost, so he's up to 5-5, which is great. Probably not going to worry about a peacock on this round, but we are going to boost the giraffe a little bit, because he needs better stats. He could be boosting 2 idiots in front of him. We got pretty good strength throughout our lineup. Hippos always suck though. I really don't want to fight a hippo, because he's going to start to boost himself right away, so that's not really great for us. He's going to stay just ahead of us until the crab, and still take out our crab, so we're in trouble, because we're about to trade with the camel as well. And there's a kangaroo behind that, so that was just a really bad matchup for our team. There's their first loss. But here's where things are going to start to get good again, because if I give this worm my pear, he's going to get a big boost off that, and an apple, he's going to get a big boost off that, so he's 10-10 now. Then we're going to roll again and see exactly what we get. I'm also going to freeze this hippo just kind of for a special occasion if need be, but I'm also going to swap that out. So the dodo is now going to boost the worm and the giraffe is still going to boost the dodo. Could reroll again, but instead I'm going to give an apple to the worm. He's going to get a nice boost to 12-12. The camel up front is maybe going to be replaced at some point. He's going to do some nice stuff for the worm, but I feel like his days are limited. But we did just boost the worm up to 22 and 16 already with garlic armor. We are going to have to deal with the puffer fish at the end, but my dodo is up to the task. So there's our 5th trophy. And we got more garlic armor, and I really like the garlic armor. It does a lot for me. In saying that, I'm going to try another choice that's maybe going to be questionable, but I'm going to get rid of the camel. I'm going to start the giraffe up here, who's going to be boosting a hippo, who's going to have garlic armor. That might be a choice that ruins me entirely, especially considering we just got more camels, so we could have boosted them up to, huge potential. But we're going to throw the garlic on him. We're going to save this for when we want to buy stuff. And we got a penguin coming up potentially too. So I'm maybe going to save these things. I feel like I should put the dodo behind him. Maybe I'll swap those out for one turn to see how that goes. Because the hippo needs to kill people to thrive. The worm is already feeling pretty strong. So this is more balanced. 13-13. It's just always nervous having a hippo up front, but if he's killing stuff, then he's healing himself as he goes. And if he's healing himself, we're going to have a laughably easy time going through teams. We managed to trade there, but as you can see, this is going to work out just fine. The dodo is also going to take out the elephant, and then the worm is going to absolutely destroy the fish. Victory number 6. I'm not sold on getting the penguin yet. I am going to upgrade all of these shop idiots, and we're going to roll. Actually, at this point, I think the penguin can replace the giraffe. It basically does the same thing, it's just better. It's going to take a little bit of time to get him there, but we're going to do that for now. Then I'm going to roll once, and we didn't really get anything super great there. And I hate sacrificing 3 coins like this, but I'm going to roll, hoping to just find something maybe a little bit better for our cause. Maybe that. We don't really need the garlic right now, so we're going to unfreeze that. We're going to spin again, hoping for something that can go in the end, maybe a dolphin next turn. So we'll freeze that while we think about it, and also the experience. Then the only thing that gets buffed this time is the dodo, but I think we're doing okay. We're against a very strong camel suddenly. So I don't love my odds here suddenly, especially when it's got a seal behind. We're in trouble on this one. This team is a little bit front loaded. If we had got through that seal, we would have probably run through the rest of it. What an interesting team. So I'm going to spin just once to see what shows up, and since there's really nothing good, we're going to make some changes. I'm going to feed the hippo some experience because I really need him to get together. I'm going to sell the crab, buy a dolphin. Then we're going to spin again, hoping for better creatures. Not getting a lot of luck there suddenly, but we're going to buff those two, and off we go again. Dodo gets a buff. I need more creatures at level 2, then the penguin can really shine. But that's okay. I guess we can wait a little bit longer. Oh, I kind of wish the hippo had killed that instead. No, the hippo can kill this and get a buff anyway. So the hippo's going to buff himself up on these weak creatures. There's a shark on the end that's going to be pretty tough for us to deal with. Also because we're about to trade with an ox. Yeah, this one probably is not going to go our way as well. Well, we are going to kill the dodo, but no, he's got garlic armor. It was close though. 2 health left. 2 health. I'm not asking for much here. I just want a few little things. Okay, we're finally going to upgrade the hippo, so he got better stats, and the penguin's also going to upgrade him every round. And now I don't really know if I should be buffing the worm or the hippo. I think I'm going to go like this. I'm going to give this hippo this, and then I'm going to put the dodo behind the worm. Just because I need something with really big damage. The hippo will either kind of tank through some stuff or he won't. Either way, we're about to feed everyone pizza. The wrong idiot's got the pizza, but that's fine. So we're about to start battle against a hippo. Luckily we have garlic armor. Oh, and the tiger's also gone. So we're going to trade with the hippos. That's perfectly fine by me. The worm does big damage, so he's going to take out him and him. Then it's just left with a cricket, who's going to spawn another cricket, who's going to die. Great. That's trophy number 7. Okay, this is actually a pretty good one too, because I can now buff the penguin a little bit more using that. And then that, so the penguin gives everyone else +2/+2 now. And this is going to seem like a weird choice, but I'm actually going to freeze this cupcake for a second, because I was going to give it to him. But now that I'm here, I'm going to maybe reconsider that and give him some melon armor. Melon armor is probably better for him. Was going to give him the cupcake, not going to now. I think we're going to be okay. Let's try it. So they're getting pretty good buffs. We got a lot of front end power. But if we run into like one idiot, that's going to be a problem. Luckily, our melon armor is going to save us from this bison. And we took out the scorpion ahead of time. So we actually just did a big damage to his team. I didn't really see this chicken though. That's going to be a big trouble for me. Like a really big trouble. That was a really strong team. We actually had a really good start against us and then it steamrolled us. So that was either just our kryptonite or maybe they were a little bit further ahead. Either way, we got the 7 trophies, so that's not a bad start. This is going to be a fun one. We're coming up on round 3. I basically just decided to try 5 mosquitoes and I'm doing temporary buffs for them just so we can win right now. So that one's 5-5 already, this one's got a meat bone, this one's 5-5, and this one's got a bumblebee. Plus, at the beginning of every attack, we pelt them with 5 random damage, which is actually going to take out a lot of them. So we just took out 3 of their idiots, and I haven't done a thing yet. But now our 5-5 idiot is probably going to destroy everyone else. They're going to have a few spawns and summons along the way, but that's perfectly fine because I've still got all this firepower. So it's a 5-5 versus a 5 whatever, and we still had 2 mosquitoes plus honey. We already have our 3rd trophy. And believe it or not, there is a little bit of a strategy to this. So I'm just going to buff basically whatever I can for now. We didn't get super great buffs there, but with the right volley there, we already took out their sheep, which is going to turn into 2 rams. That's going to be trouble for us. So we're basically going to pretend this round isn't happening, but I'm curious to see if this strategy has some viability. Because now that we're on turn 5, we're going to unlock the next tier of pets, which we didn't get. But if we put all these mosquitoes together, we're going to unlock the next tier, which is going to give us a hippo already, and I'll take a hippo. Then I'm just going to add mosquitoes to that one because I don't want to divide those right now because I need all that. I'm simply going to roll once. I kind of wanted that cupcake. I wasn't paying enough attention to that. I wanted that cupcake pretty badly. So we're going to throw a crab right here who's going to mimic his health, and then we're going to throw a badger on the back, and hopefully that's going to be good enough. Since I have the hippo so early, I think I want to try and supercharge it as much as I can. But that's already off to a poor start because we ran into the super ant. But we're going to take out the kangaroo now. We got a pretty strong crab who's going to absorb a lot of damage. But we need to do 7 damage to him. We will, but we're going to draw. So I need to figure a way to buff this hippo right away. I'm going to give him that. That way he can just do some damage. I'm definitely tempted to put a dodo behind him, at least for now. It's not going to give him a ton of damage, but it's going to give him some damage. So we'll maybe combine the mosquitoes just to make them extra strong. And then we're going to put the dodo behind him, and then we're going to give him a cupcake to make sure he's extra strong. Because as he goes forward, everything he kills is going to give him a little bit of healing. And this team isn't super strong, but he lost some health there. He's back up to 5. He's going to die there, but we need to get him some proper armor. I'm hoping we have enough depth throughout our idiots that we can make this work, but this is probably actually going to be a losing battle because we just don't have enough. Actually, this is going to hit the horse anyway. Badgers are good on the end because they often save you. We unlock the next tier of animals, so I'm just going to get rid of the dodo. They're not worth it anymore. He's going to buff the hippo. It would be interesting to put a parrot behind the hippo because the parrot would gain strength just like the hippo does. I'm going to freeze him for now because I don't know if that's really going to work. I'm going to unfreeze the salad, but I'm going to give him that to get him nice and strong. I basically want to front load it, make a super hippo. So what I really need now is a monkey that's going to fuel him even more every round. For now, the giraffe will work. He's 8 and 11, so that means he's going to do a lot of damage to a lot of different things. I also need more depth on the rear end. It's okay for now, but that's not going to carry us forever. But this hippo is going to be a pretty strong one because he's going to manage to work his way all the way back to their otter and take it out. Now we just got to deal with a sheep and 2 little rams, which won't be a problem. Well, for one like this, I'm going to freeze this for a sec. We're going to spin once to see if we get anything interesting. Not getting a lot of luck. So to make sure I'm upgrading something, I'm going to give him that. And garlic armor is probably better on the hippo. He's going to take less damage, so that means he can probably heal better. Because if I could get a deer and a bus right now, that would be great. We have another hippo to deal with, but we're much stronger than theirs. Plus we have garlic armor, so he's not going to do much. So the hippo's strong enough he can heal through most of this. He's going to work his way through most of their team. Before having any problems. That's going to finish him off, but we have a penguin and a horse to deal with now. So this is a pretty good setup. Our back end is still pretty weak, but they have to get through the hippo before getting there anyways. Trophy 5. Plus we've unlocked the next tier of animals, so I'm actually going to throw down a deer in front of the hippo because he's going to cause some damage, and we still have this very strong core. Then I'm going to give the hippo this to make sure he's still going. I'm going to unfreeze that. I'm going to unfreeze the penguin for now. Maybe even the parrot. Well, the parrot can stay there. I very well might need something from the parrot at some point. I'm a little unsure because nothing at the back end would really be a super upgrade at this point. So we're just going to buff the hippo one more time, and hopefully next round gets us something that isn't a basic level idiot. But we still have lots of lives, so we'll be okay. 16-19 hippo, and the deer in front is going to cause all sorts of chaos. That's the beauty of the deer. You don't need to do a thing to it, and it's just very powerful even as a 1-1. Like, it's going to take out the penguin, it's going to do a bunch of damage to him, who's now going to do less damage to the hippo, so he can buff his way through all of this mess. We're going to draw with the beaver, which isn't great because they actually have a little bit of strength in behind. They just boosted basic animals, which is actually a pretty good strategy. He's going to survive by 2. But it's clearly time to shake it up a little bit, so let's remove the mosquito. We're going to throw a cow in there for now because that's going to give me milk. That's going straight to my hippo. Then we're going to roll again, hoping for something a little more interesting than that, but we're just not really getting much luck with all of that. But at the worst, I guess I can buff the hippo some more if I really want to. Oh, we did get a proper hippo upgrade too. So we're going to throw that on there because if he gets level 2, he'll be much stronger. Nothing to go with there, so there you go, hippo, get stronger. A whale would actually be really good too because we could take the cow out, whale, deer, and then the badger can turn into anything at all. But the hippo's 22-27 on round 6. So as long as we don't hit anything too wild and crazy, we should be mostly okay. I don't know how they have a boar already. I guess maybe we're that deep in already. We'll take him out, but he's going to do a lot of damage to us. We're going to heal. We're going to take him out. We're going to heal. We're not going to take out their ox, unfortunately. So this is where the build is starting to unravel a bit because we need more something back here. They had 7 health left after all that. So I think what we'll probably do for now is take 1 spin, and if we don't get anything absolutely amazing... Okay, I've got another fun, stupid idea that I might regret. I probably will, but we're going to sell those 3. Then we're going to throw a dolphin down, and then we're going to throw a tiger because he's going to emulate the dolphin, and then we're going to throw the parrot who's going to emulate the tiger who's emulating the dolphin.
What?
So at the start of battle, we should deal 15 damage to the lowest health enemies, which obviously is going to be pretty good. They're all pretty weak, so that's probably a bad idea, but it's going to be kind of funny. Then we're going to save you because you might have to help me turn this around. Oh, there's the monkey we needed earlier to buff the hippo. I'm going to freeze you too. I basically froze my entire lineup, but that's fine. So let's see if this trolley build is going to work in any capacity. Dolphins go. Okay, there was only 2 shots that went out, not 3, so I don't know what to make of that. Naturally, the deer is dead, but we're going to come forward with that. That peacock is probably going to destroy us because we just don't have that much damage. So maybe I should have just supercharged a peacock instead. They really are very strong. They're kind of like the hippo. Okay, I just really can't stop myself. I keep trying again and finding these really cool builds, so now I've got a super strong 1720 rhino up front, who's going to be fed by a monkey every turn now, plus a giraffe. We got a pretty strong peacock and a fish down the middle, so when I end turn, he gets +3, +3, +4, +4. And rhinos are pretty good because they steamroll whatever's in front, then they fire a shot to the next idiot, so I'm going to remove his melon armor right away. I'm going to take him out, we're going to fire a shot to take out his melon armor. He just plows through everything. It's really a momentum thing with the rhino. We're going to even give him a little shot, we're going to take him out, then it's just a giraffe to deal with, which isn't too bad considering what we have in the rest of our lineup. That was only trophy number 6, so the teams are going to get stupidly hard at this point. But since I have the monkey nicely buffing a rhino, I'm going to sell the giraffe, and I think I'm going to put a snake in behind him. Maybe before doing that, we're just going to go like that to give the snake a little more juice. And then before committing to my next move, I'm going to roll everything to see exactly what we could do with our last $3. Also tempted to buy that, but I'm not going to. Wow, it really wants me to have those. I think we're going to buy the monkey next turn because this is a benefit now. The monkey's a benefit next turn anyways. So now the rhino's up to 24, 27. Every time he attacks, the snake behind him is also going to attack. We're also going to get salvoed by that, but there we go. We hit him. We hit the mosquito. We're going to lob a shot at the ox. Or we are going to have a draw with the ox, but we're also firing behind. And then he's going to die. That kangaroo was in a nice spot in behind there, so that's going to be a problem for us. But I think ultimately we're going to lose by one health. I just can't stop myself. I keep saying one more and keep finding really cool builds I could potentially do. This time I can have a whale and deer combination, which as we all know is a fan favorite. So for now we're going to sell the fish and then we're going to put a whale right behind it. The deer can basically stay at that level if I wanted to, but since I've got the opportunity I might actually level it up a little bit because if it does 10-10 damage, all the better. And while I'm at it, I think I'm going to put the kangaroo behind the whale for now. I'm not sure how well that's going to work. And then I'm also going to give garlic to the whale to give him a little fighting chance. Also not sure if the parrot can copy either of these abilities properly. Not really going to mess with that. Maybe freeze him for now in case we get something good next turn. But let's see exactly how this plays out. I know it can be really strong. I've never really tried it myself, so I don't know how deep it can carry you or not. Because now the whale's going to die, but then the whale's going to bring back the deer is going to turn back into the bus. So it could actually be a really strong summoning build. Like, we've done a lot of damage to this little bison already, so our kangaroo's going to finish that off, and then it's our team versus the rest of the team. They also have a very summon heavy team, so I think we're probably going to lose this one, but that's okay because we're just starting our proper build now. We lost by 2 health. For now, I'm going to freeze both of those. I'm going to try and buff some of my idiots. That's just going to have to work for now. I was hoping for a little bit better results than that, but that's fine. What I don't know if it's going to work is this whole thing. So we're going to do some damage for sure to both of them. That pufferfish is probably going to start hitting me at some point. This is actually a really bad team for us to run into right now. But the bus is going to finish off not quite the camel because he has garlic armor. But our kangaroo is going to get pretty strong in the meantime. Kangaroo could be a little bit stronger though, because he's going to survive the elephant, but not by a lot. Just kidding, he's actually not. So I think we're actually going to lose here again. Well, maybe not. Oh, it's going to be close. Yeah, thanks to our sheep, we won that one. That was close though. We're going to need to tweak our build a little bit. One thing I really want is for the parrots to have some use copying something good. So I'm going to do something pretty risky here. I'm going to sell the sheep and I'm going to buy the parrots, hoping they copy the health of the crab at some point. Before doing that, I should probably buy this to make them a little bit stronger. That was pretty stupid of me once again. Still not really finding any great animals here that could help me. Well, there probably are. I'm just not paying attention to them. Okay, the parrot did not get the health of the crab, so that didn't work. On the bright side, we do have a pretty strong parrot. So they only had 4 people on their team. And that's probably okay by me because... oh, we lost to a cricket. Okay, this is a little bit more interesting now. So we can have a level 2 parrot who's going to copy the level 2 ability of something in front of him. So we're probably going to throw a leopard in there because leopards are pretty high level stuff. Do a 50% attack damage to a random enemy at the start of battle. So let's throw him in there. And we'll see if we can level him up with something here. We're going to throw kind of a broad one to hopefully level up a bunch of stuff. Good enough for me. We'll save that. And that's as good as it gets for now. I don't necessarily love this build, but it's interesting. And we're fighting a cow to start, which is definitely interesting. So we just did a ton of damage to a bunch of them. I think by doing that, that also blocks them from spawning one of their rams because they only have room for one, so they only spawn one. This is a very strange team to be fighting this deep in the run. They might have just done a rebuild sort of like I did though, because now they're going to have to fight my next deer, which is going to turn into a bus, which is going to kill both the spider and their ram. All the while, this is fueling my kangaroo, because if they can't get through this bus, kangaroo's going to get supercharged. And that means we definitely need a higher level kangaroo and deer, because that's going to do a lot more attacks and buff the kangaroo a lot more. So actually this might work out. But of course, we did not get what we wanted. We do have some very interesting options here though. We can give a mushroom, which brings the deer back for an extra bus attack, so I think that's an obvious choice. Hopefully that works the way I think it does. We could also have a snake in place of the kangaroo, because it would do an attack every time instead of the kangaroo getting a buff. In fact, we could have double snake attack. I think because the kangaroo is only level 1, I'm going to replace it with the snake for now. Might regret that. Probably will. Usually do. What I really want is something to be able to upgrade this deer. So I'm actually going to unfreeze both of those and hope for experience. Melon armor is also a pretty good one. So to start, we're going to throw some damage out. We're going to hit 1 mosquito. We're going to take some damage in return. We're going to throw some more out. We took out one of their mosquitoes. They returned fire. They returned fire again and took out my leopard. So my deer died for the first time, but now we're going to have 2 buses. Interesting. So this is going to work out good if I can get that upgraded. That's going to take out the melon armor. He's going to take out him. The snake's also going to fire a shot. But then the deer comes back to life to annoy them. The snake's also going to attack there. He comes back. He's going to take out both of them. And that's going to take out him. It does work. Oh, we have to fight a bee at the end. That's a very fun build. I need that deer upgraded really badly. And would you look at that? Wish granted. So now we're going to have 2 buses that are 10-10. We're also going to have some melon armor for one of our idiots. We're going to upgrade the snake because if we can get that upgraded, all the better again. But I think we're going to throw some melon armor on the leopard. He's the weakest. He needs to absorb a shot in a big way if it gets salvoed. This is a very fun build. None of them are even that strong, but it's defeating very strong teams. Because, like, we're going to fight a scorpion now, but that really doesn't matter because, well, this thing's supposed to die anyway. It's going to turn into a bus, which is going to hit 2 of them. Then we're going to get hippofied, all the while my snake is salvoing everyone. I should put the parrot behind the snake, maybe. That's probably a better way of doing this. But that's going to turn into a bus. Isn't there supposed to be 2 buses? Did I screw something up again? I feel like my plans always change and I never know why. Yeah, there were supposed to be 2 buses there, according to my brilliant plan, so I'm not sure where that went. But we just ran into the Hippo of Doom, so... That was a really good idea, though. I just maybe could have swapped that around. Should have put the parrot behind the snake for now and learned how that works better. Also, want to see a cool trick I've learned? Cupcake boosts are temporary, but if you apply them to something with already high health, you're going to add 6 health to that. And then if you toss a crab in, it copies the health of the highest creature, so that crab now has 19 health, basically making that cupcake boost permanent. And if I find cupcakes again in another crab, I could do it again, increase it by increments of 6 or more every turn. So now to start, everyone's going to have to walk through 19 health, then whatever else we have to fight. Okay, so here's the team I've managed to assemble after many hours. We still have 4 lives, so we can lose the battle. We have 8 out of our 10 trophies. It's round 15, if you can believe it. We have many high-powered idiots, all getting fueled further by the penguin every turn. And we have a leopard that deals 50% attack damage to 2 random enemies at the start of battle, which is currently 12 damage each. But then also if I give the leopard that and then drop this in, that's going to boost the leopard's damage to 13 damage to every creature, to 2 creatures. And then if I want to be really mean, I could drop another leopard down and it would also do the same thing. But I'm just going to stack it on the leopard. So now it's going to do 13 damage to 2 random enemies just to start. And then we've got high-powered everything. Oh, plus the penguin's about to boost that, so it's actually going to do 14 damage. So unless we run into a pretty special team, which actually this team is a little bit special. I think we're going to trade with their leopard. Okay, so I didn't expect to actually run into something that was going to beat me so fast. But it is round 15, so that's probably not the hugest surprise. Normally I'd buy the canned food, but I'm not going to buy any more creatures at this point. I'm just going to try very hard to upgrade what we have. Not getting super lucky with that so far. I am going to give some garlic to probably my leopard, that way it can take a little more damage. And we didn't get very lucky with upgrades. I'm just going to give a meat bone to that because it's round 16. All the teams we fight right now are going to be absolutely bananas. So let's hope we get a good matchup. This one I think we could probably deal with because we do a lot of damage initially. We're going to trade there. It's 50 versus 50. Oh no, that's not good. But yeah, the leopard's going to pull it together and we're left with just the penguin in the end. Victory. 9th trophy. I've never made it as far as round 17 though, so I'm a little nervous about what to expect. And we do have some interesting options at this point. So instead of using the penguin to give everyone another +2/+2, I could put a parrot down and it's going to copy the leopard's ability. So then we're going to do 15 damage to basically 4 enemies. This might be a really stupid idea, but I'm going to go for it. Hopefully the parrot properly copies the leopard. And then I'm also going to do that to give everyone a little bit of a boost. Then I'm going to freeze that because I have a bit of a fun idea. Should we survive this round or draw, I should say. This might make a difference. Actually, you know what? Let's be smart and just do the meat on the parrot. So no one gets a boost. But I'm thinking the parrot combined with a super leopard is going to do a ton of damage at the beginning of the battle. We're going to slow this one down because this is for all the glory in the world. That's a really weird team. So we've taken out one of their... We took out their snake already, which is pretty big for us. We also hit their penguin really hard. Not sure how this one's going to go particularly because it's going to take out that... Oh, that was 125 damage, whatever that was. Okay, so we're not going to win this one, but it was close. 125 damage. I've never seen that before. I might have to watch the replay because I want to see how that happened. But we made it so far in there. I've never seen that round.